colder weather here in the West Texas area. It should be a fast track tonight, Ed Biles.
Well, the field was super. We were down there walking around before the start of the show, walked all around the end zone, and they're ready to go. That field will not be a factor in the game.
Donnelly, Arthur Donnelly, preparing to kick off. He is a senior, a 3-year letterman. He's won several games for his team with field goals, and he's got a good leg, and Arve Villa finds out quickly from the 1-yard line. Here he goes. One man to beat. How about a 59-yard kickoff return to open the football game as Ferris Strambler, the last man and one of the fastest guys on the field, brings him down in great field position.
There's your return. You see him start out going up to the left now. Now right there is going to make a nice cut back to his right. Now it's a foot race. He's cut down from behind, but Arve Villa, the 58-yard return on that opening kickoff. Excellent field position for Odessa.
Almost broken, and there is V. Wide receiver just off your screen to the left. The quarterback is Stoney Case, first year as a starter. He's a senior, and this is Chris Comer. Looked like he didn't have much early on, Ed, but he made about a 6-yard gain out of that.
Well, he made a play out of nothing. There was good penetration by the defensive lineman over there, and he made that all on his own. He turned a play that looked like a 3-yard loss into a gain.
Comer, Villa, Hill, Faulkner is the backup tight end. They had an injury up front to Jeff Garnett, and Stoney Case in his first year as a starter. Crump and Golden are both all-district performers. Allen is a two-way starter for the Permian Panthers, who face a 2nd down and 5.
Defensive folks for Midland, Dedrick, Algoza, Columbus, and Posey, all the defensive linemen. Ruckman, Jones, and Derrick turn to the linebackers. Secondary-wise, Scott Lucky, Brown, Chambers, Jason Seaver. Seaver goes both ways.
Jones and Turner are the leading tacklers on the team, and it's 3rd down and 13, just underway. Let's see what Stoney Case pulls out of his bag of tricks here. His first pass upcoming. Lloyd Hill. Incomplete. He didn't have it long enough. When he hit the ground, the ball comes loose, and a big break there for Midland Lee. I thought Lloyd Hill had it for a moment.
Well, he was in great position. He used his body, shielded the defensive back away from him. It looked like he was in good position, but as he hit the ground, he fumbled the ball. And he obviously felt like he didn't have possession of it long enough.
39 catches this year, 35 receptions, 22.5 per catch. That one would have certainly matched that average, and he has a bundle of touchdowns. So after the 58-yard kickoff return, a penalty negates a first down for the Odessa Permian Panthers, and Midland Lee takes over the football, and now we get to see what they have. Vince Henderson is their quarterback. Ferris Strambler has 1,507 yards rushing this year. He's number 2 in the state. Kubicek, the fullback, has been coming on. John Valles is their best pass receiver, although they don't throw too much, and they have a very good offensive front line. It's 1st down and 10 from inside the 20-yard line. They run wishbone mostly, but not here. They go with a 1-back set to open up the football game and send the man in motion. Ferris Strambler, did he meet head-on with a pile of white shirts or what? I think, Ed Biles, these two teams are well aware of the best weapons on the other side.
Well, there's no question the Permian knows that when someone is an injured player down in the field, of course, there's the defensive players for Permian, Steve Vomack, Chad Williams.
Down in 9 as the players on the field work at getting their respective fans into this football game. And they had no trouble before the game. These two sides were trying to outshout each other. A lot of population growth out here since 1980. Certainly the problems in the oil field hurt some, but a remarkably resilient group of people out here in West Texas, and they love their high school football. It's 2nd down and 9 with 9:38 to go here in the first quarter. A lot of shifting from Midland Lee. Vince Henderson now ready to call him set. This is Strambler. Strambler's in trouble. Johnny Seeley took him down, and he lost yardage on the play. Johnny Seeley, number 19, a 5'11 senior, got Ferris Strambler.
Well, interesting enough, the first 2 times they've had the ball now, there's a look at Permian's linebackers, Pomeroy, Kowski, Watson, Manelli, Manning, Seeley, Hill, and Hendrick. First 2 times they've had the football now, they have broken their character. They've gone out of the bone. Usually they're a wishbone team. They've broken formations. That's unusual for them.
They break the bone again. It's 3rd down and 15, deep in their own territory. All scrambler, nothing available at right tackle, and a punting situation coming up here for Midland Lee, and the defenses have asserted themselves early on, and Scrambler found very little, as did Chris Colbert when he touched the football the first 2 times.
Well, I think the mojo mystique has not affected his team. They realize that you got to line up, you got to have to outfight and out-hit to win the football game. But many people come here, you know, this is all the stuff about it. It's a physical as well as emotional phenomenon. Every human need, desire, the need to feel connected, desire to be part of tradition. Fort Worth, that's their nickname. The teams that are playing them, like Midland, Earl Miller said, hey, that doesn't mean nothing. You got to line up, you got to block, you got to tackle, you got to hit. He's convinced his players that the black mojo doesn't mean anything.
I think it means a lot more to teams from outside coming in here, maybe meeting them into the state playoffs. Midland Lee sees them so much, they're not scared of these guys. Here's Scrambler for maybe 3 yards, trying to get it the hard way right at the bottom of that pile. My goodness, who do you pick out there? Several guys getting up, including number 75, Chad Williams, and number 60, Chris McMillan. And Ferris Scrambler's yardage has, well, he may be back to 0 yards now. 4 carries, and he has net 0 yardage. 1,000 tonight, and Permian and Lee play the sellouts just about every week. Their offense much more balanced than is the Midland Lee offense out of that wishbone. Here's a 2nd down and 5. The quick pass. Ty Chambers, the intended receiver out there. Check that. The intended receiver,
Lloyd Hill caught that.
Lloyd Hill.
Nice slant pass. Quick 3-stop drop. Slant pass for Lloyd Hill coming inside with his good hand. That's a good combination. Again, you can see why Case has completed 70% of it. What a quick delivery.
Ty Chambers was the tackler there, number 10, getting up off the pile. That's the first down of the football game for either squad. As you take a look at Lloyd Hill.
You can see where the scouting of each team comes into play. I'm sure Midland anticipated that after the incomplete pass, they probably have a lot of tendency to run the ball hard inside. They even shifted their line down inside, anticipating something moving in the middle.
Well, we saw a picture of some very pretty Mojo fans. Comer, 7 carries, 27 yards. Here's a 3rd down and 8. Just over a minute to go in the first quarter. That's Lloyd Hill in motion behind the quarterback, Stoney Case. Who wants to throw? Great catch by Hill at the 40-yard line. First down, Permian. Nice play. The ball wasn't that well thrown. Actually, a little behind him, wasn't it, Ed?
Oh, yeah, that just shows you again the concentration that Hill has, the type of hands that he has. And you can see in the early part of this ball game why he's been chosen as the first-team Texas super team. Watch this move. He makes a move to the outside. The ball's thrown. Makes a great adjustment. Almost does a 180-degree turn back to the inside to catch the football.
Jason Seaver has been very busy tonight. He made the tackle. 2nd catch, 21 yards of the first 12 minutes of football here in Midland, Texas. Still scoreless. The Permian Panthers and the Lee Rebels in the Texas high school football game of the week.
Jabbing and punching and counter-punching and jabbing a little bit. I think we'll see a little bit more things open up just a tad more. But you're talking about 2 good football teams, well scouted, both of them good defensive teams, both of them good offensive teams. It's the kind of ball game that you might anticipate where a break, a penalty, a fumble, turnovers could be big.
Total yardage in the first quarter, 48-2 in Permian's favor. Not a first down yet for Midland Lee. 3 on this drive for the Panthers. Again, a 66-yard punt by Jason Seaver pinned the Panthers back at their own 3-yard line, but they have managed to punch it out as you take a look at the Lee sideline.
Again, we're talking about 2 football teams. Permian with 6 shutouts. Of course, there's Ernie Johnson as a defensive coordinator, 29th coaching season. One more, Ernie, and you catch up with me. I had 30 of them.
2 weeks ago, when they beat Abilene, or 3 weeks ago here on HSC, when they beat San Angelo 61-0. And here's Case on 3rd and 12. This is Adrian Villa, first down in Midland territory. Adrian Villa and Stoney Case is showing us something. 22-yard gain, and Villa catches his 6th pass of the year.
I'll tell you who shows you something. Take a look at the offensive line. The protection is fantastic. He went back and threw the ball down through there, but the protection of Golden, Trump, Connor, Allen, and Bentley, that's what made the play. Midland had a couple backers that were blitzing on that play. They were left in man-to-man. They didn't get there because of the job Odessa Permian's offensive line did.
And they split
400 meters at 47.2. There's not many people can run it that fast.
And a rare 3-year starter in Texas high school football. Here's a 2nd down and 10. Top of your screen, Adrian Villa, Arve Villa, And Comer the setbacks. Case going for it all, has it all. Lloyd Hill, touchdown.
Well, that was a great play by Hill. He faked the slant, the same play they've run several times. He faked like he was going to run the slant pass, then the pump fake by Case, and then Hill turned and went straight down the field. It was a foot race, and of course with his great speed, Ty Chambers, the deep there, he's coming out of the slant fast break right there. Now Chambers, he's running, trying to play catch-up. He almost gets there, but look at the great concentration by Lloyd Hill.
I'm a believer, Ed. He is a blue chipper as they tack on the extra point. And early in the second quarter, we have a new score. The Odessa Permian Panthers have jumped on the Midland Lee Rebels, trying to break a 3-year losing streak to this team. They lead it 7-0 on the Texas High School Game of the Week.
Well, he goes back like he faked the, see the pump fake where he faked the slant? Now he's going outside. Hill now is taking off and going down, just running the streak pattern on down the sideline. Look at the great concentration. That's hard to catch the ball when you got someone kind of in your face. You can see why he was on the #1 Texas Super All-Star team before the season started. And of course, you got to give the Odessa Permian coaches a lot of credit. When you got a horse, you use him, and they've used him well so far in this ballgame.
He was the... And Stoney Case took full advantage. And the heavyweight has thrown the first punch. It's 7-0 Permian. And on first down, on the ground, not much available, maybe 3 yards that time for one of the running backs for Midland Lee. And in fact, that's Mantry Dietrich.
Dietrich ran the ball up through there, probably trying to take a little the pressure off the scrambler to see where the keys are going. Thought they might give the ball to the fullback, let him run it up inside there. Of course, there you see the drive. Great drive, 97 yards, 11 plays, took 4 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock.
And it's second down and 7. One setback and the man in motion. The block for Scrambler. Ball loose, but was he down before it came out? That's a referee's judgment. It appears they will allow Midland Lee to keep the football. Applying the hit, Kevin Mannix, and the guy who came up with the ball down there for the Permian Panthers was middle linebacker Greg Witowski. Watch Mannix. Bang. 6 carries, 3 yards, Ed.
Well, you can see that this week in Permian's locker room, they had picked their key on him. At this point, it has having no effect whatsoever on Permian's defensive linemen.
The Permian fans are on their feet on the opposite side of the field. Here's a 3rd down and 4. That's Sims in motion. Tipped and picked off by a Midland Lee guy. Midland Lee got the ball back. Permian tipped it, but Midland Lee comes up with the catch.
Well, it was tipped and knocked back, and one of the offensive linemen caught that ball in there. I think big number 78, Justin Perkins, was the one who caught the ball. It was tipped backward, and it's going to be very close to a first down. They may have to measure. There's the play. Watch the lineman put up his hand, tip it, bat it backwards, right in Justin's hands. And he looks, he said, hey, man, I'm a fullback. But they knocked him backwards. If he'd lowered his shoulder and gone forward, it would have been a first down without a doubt. Now it's going to be awfully close. I don't think he made it.
Still not a bad play.
Great play by the, as it could play both ways. The defensive lineman who jumped up there, I think it might have been Chad Williams who jumped up, got his hand on the ball. It was a great play by him, but a one-alert play by Perkins.
And they get a break on the spot of the football.
That's their first down.
This telecast authorized under rights granted to Home Sports Entertainment and not intended for the commercial use of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of Home Sports Entertainment is prohibited. We've got a 7-0 score. Permian leading in the second quarter. 6.5 minutes to go here.
Don't make too many changes, too many adjustments. Do what we do best. That's what they're attempting to do right now, even though there's 2 minutes to go in the first half.
He's been busy so far, and you can bet he'll see it a lot tonight. They're not using much of the traditional wishbone here. They send a man in motion on second down, and this is the option. Ferris Scrambler has another first down. He punches it into Odessa Permian territory inside the 45-yard line, and now we're starting to see not only only the Rebel fans waving those flags, but Ferris Scrambler the way he's been all year long.
Well, I think Odessa also played just a little bit loose, figuring with less than 2 minutes. What a great block in there by Perkins. What a great job he did on that play. Down the line option, fakes the fullback, carries out long enough to make the pitch, picks up an outside block there. Now Scrambler turns it back to the inside. Good job in there by Jason Seaver, making that block to the outside there.
And here's a first down and 10 with 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Wide open. Bias, who was denied a catch a while ago, but not this time. First down, Midland lead. Certainly backs that up, a 22-yarder. And here's Midland Lee threatening for the first time tonight. They fake to Scrambler. Wide open, touchdown, Midland Lee. Picked it up, tried to make something happen, couldn't get that done. And here's Stoney Case on first down. Not much time to work with, and not much room to work with. They sack him. Derek Turner was the first guy there, but Ray Melgosa locked it up.
But again, that's a coverage sack. They had 2 receivers downfield. Hill and Vila was only 2 receivers downfield. 4 secondary people of Lee were all over him. There was no place for him to go with the football. Eventually, the protection breaks down. The offensive line is doing a good job. They're trying to run extremely long patterns. That takes a long time to get done.
This could be the final play of the first half. And this is Villa on the draw play. He's dangerous.
He's gone.
My goodness. There he goes. He may go all the way unless Seaver catches him, and he finally does. And 2 seconds to go. The ball is automatically, the clock is stopped to move the chains for the first down. They can call a timeout and kick a field goal here at Biles. 59 yards on that draw play to Arve Villa.
Timeout. Offense. What a great call. Draw play. A little slow recovery by the defensive backs. Now he turns it to the sideline. Running down the sideline. It's amazing that Jason Seaver, we really thought that Villa had a little bit more speed than that, but Jason Seaver chased him down from behind. They will attempt a field goal here. Here it again, you see the draw play. Looked like he was going to be stopped in there. A couple things. The only mistakes Midland Lee has made tonight, they've missed some tackles on some plays that they could have had for losses. Now he turns it down the left sideline. Caught from behind by Jason Seaver.
Almost scored his 12th touchdown of the year. Now, a dilemma here for Gary Gaines. The kicker, as you take a look at our...
This is going to be a 31-yard kick, and really, he hasn't made a field goal as long as 30 yards. This might be, but in a game like this, sometimes a guy will get pumped up and do a little bit better job than he's done all year long. Be interesting to see how he handles this situation.
Quarterback Stoney Case is the holder. Bad angle. And he line drives it through. How about that? His second field goal of the year. And with less than a minute to go on the final play, with less than a minute to go, they run a draw play for 59 yards and then kick a field goal as time runs out to take a 10-6 halftime lead.
That's a good little momentum. Now watch this kick. Not very pretty. Line drive, flat. He's not sure whether they made it or not. The holder Case was sure. Now he's a happy youngster. He's missed 6 extra points already this year, but he put that line drive 31-yard through when they needed it.
Doesn't matter how ugly it is, it counts. 10-6 at halftime on the Texas High School Football Game of the Week. Texas High School Game of the Week. Gaines may be 0-3 against Midland Lee, but he went deep into the playoffs last year with the Permian Panthers. And here's Stoney Case. Comer, lucky to get the ball back, but he loses 5 yards. That's not a basketball, but it bounced that way, and they got very lucky to get that football back. Mantry Dietrich was there to make the play.
Looks like he was down on the ground looking for some of that.
Big number 74 there is Ray Melgosa. He weighs 240 pounds. They've been running at him a lot tonight. In motion, Lloyd Hill. Case, he has an arm. Hill's open, and he makes the catch between 2 defenders. They beat Ty Chambers again, but Chambers had pretty good coverage.
Chambers made a great play on it. He wasn't beaten. He was in great position in center field. You got to give all that credit to that man there, number 18, Lloyd Hill. There's not a thing wrong with the defense of Midland Lee. You got a man on the outside running right with him. Ty Chambers is sitting back in great position. Look at Chambers right there. Hill just goes up and takes away. Great play by the offensive player. You can see again why Lloyd Hill will be heavily recruited this offseason.
45-yard pass and catch that time from.
And also good play by Randy Brown. Two of them just strung that out and come up, made the tackle perfectly.
Hill, big league numbers, 4 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, that gives him 39 for the year. Look at this pass, good pass. But again, Chambers is in great position. This Hill just goes up and takes it away from him. That's a 6'1" going against a 5'8" person.
Second down and 11 with 6:22. So he's still stuck on 4 catches, and Permian is still stuck on 3rd and 11. This would be a big score if they can keep this drive going. 6:11 to go in the third. Villa in motion. Comer blocking for Case. Hill open again. First down at the 15-yard line.
Great pattern run by Lloyd Hill. He came way down to the inside like he was going to be running into the post. Then he breaks it back outside like he's going to the outside to the corner. See the defensive back that far off of it because they were anticipating he was going to come inside as he's been doing most of the night. There he comes down. Now watch him break to the inside a little bit. Now back to the outside. Good concentration. This time he looks it all the way in. Look at him looking that one all the way in. Though he didn't make the same mistake twice.
That guy is great when he's falling down. He never misses like that. That's the way he caught the touchdown pass a while ago. He never misses like that. That's the way he caught the touchdown pass a while ago. Split backs this time as Case hands to Comer. 2 yards maybe. Number 69 down there is Enrico Columbus. Mantry Dietrich again, and off the bottom of that pile comes number 84 Chris Posey and number 87 Benny Jones.
Well, they're still having trouble. Look at those numbers. 5 catches for 128 yards. Pretty good night's work.
For any receiver at any level.
You see why he was the most valuable player last year in this district.
2nd and 9. Hill just off your screen, bottom left. This is Arve Villa, the guy who ran that draw play for 59 yards late in the first half. He'll still be short of the first down, but they are definitely in field goal range as you take a look at the Panther mascot.
I think we're going to see this is a big key 3rd down play for Midland right now. They need to stop them here and attempt to hold this to a field goal.
5. Looks like Lee has sent in an extra linebacker here. Comer, power football, but power defense by Lee. Columbus, number 69.
Well, that was a big stop because Odessa will go for the field goal, and even if they make it, a touchdown gives Midland the chance to tie up the ball game. Had Odessa scored on this drive, they'd have been sitting there with touchdowns to get back in the game.
Well, Stewart hit a 31-yarder on the final play of the first half. This football will be spotted at the 17, so it'll be a 27-yard. Remember, he's hit only 2 field goals this year. He'll have to hook this one a bit. And it's no good. He hooked it too far.
Well, the big 3rd down stop by Midland. He hooked that one way to the left. Now again, they can look up the scoreboard and say, hey, if we score a touchdown, we go ahead.
With 4:03 to go in the third, Permian still leading 10-6 on the Texas High School Game of the Week. Patient on the Texas High School Game of the Week. Patience this year. Well, Permian trying to be patient, but, well, here's Midland Lee busting a 12-yarder, and all of a sudden the patience Permian showed a while ago is working against them at the moment.
Well, Stramler seems to be getting quicker and faster. He broke that one up through there. Watch this play. Watch him break it up through there. Cut back behind the block. Now he turns off. He can got behind that one. He picks it up. That's close to fumble. That's very close to a fumble. He's done it a couple times now. As he's going down, let that ball go. He better hang on to it. He's going to get ruled fumble while he plays.
Now he has a total of 95 yards, and he goes over the 100-yard mark with that carry. Almost a first down. Very close. Could be, depending on the spot of the football. In fact, we'll give him 10 yards.
Well, he's got 1,507 yards going in the game. Now he's got over 1,600 yards. See again why he's one of the top players in the state. Now, came hard down through the inside. There's his rushes, 23 for 111. Todd Allen did a great job of stepping down the inside to make that play.
That puts him at 1,618 yards for the season. And this is the 8th ball game. Over 200 yards a game, and he may still get there. Late in the third, Scrambler again. First down carry. Here he goes, 9 more. It appears that Lee decided to heck with the fancy stuff. Let's go back to our basic attack with this guy.
Well, take a look at it. He reminds you a little bit of Earl Campbell, as Earl Campbell was in high school at Tyler, because he gets stronger as the game wears on. When Earl Campbell, just amazing the way as football just cheering and screaming like that. Well, there's a good graphic. Scrambler, 114 yards rushing. The Permian's 80.
It has been Scrambler over Comer tonight. The main man for Permian has been Lloyd Hill catching passes on second down. Flag flies after the tackle, or as the tackle is made. Mantry Dietrich was carrying the ball, reacts as if it will be against Permian.
Well, let's see if that's a face mask call. There it is.
And that's the 5th penalty against Permian. Midland Lee hasn't been penalized yet in this football game.
That's going to be a big penalty. That's going to aid this drive tremendously.
A full-blown 15-yarder here.
That's a big penalty against Permian. You can see the Midland players on the sideline getting their fans fired up.
A minute 2 to go in the third, and this one is starting to get good.
Oh, it's been good. It's getting better.
The plot thickens. Maybe I should put it that way. It was 10-6 at halftime. Permian got to the 11-yard line, couldn't score, and now Midland has fought back, counter. The plot thickens. Maybe I should put it that way. It was 10-6 at halftime. Permian got to the 11-yard line, couldn't score, and now Midland has fought back, counter-punching. That's Perkins lining up as a tight end, number 78, near the top of your screen, and Rich, the other tight end, in motion, and they run the reverse. This is Anthony Sims, Permian. Check that Jason Sieber, and Permian does a great job to spell it out. Kevin Mannix again, number 28.
Well, that's again the marks of a well-coached football team. Regardless of the situation, everybody's instructed, you do your job. You can't make those plays way over the other side. Kevin Mannix stayed at home, smelled the play out. Everybody else is going for the football, but his responsibility is to stay back here. There you can see him. Now he's going to come right back up in the picture right now. Break down, make the tackles, almost a clip on the play.
Second down, 13. Final play, and 7 for Midland Lee.
I don't know all about that, but I know we got a good one going tonight, and I know these fans are being well entertained. There's some future Permian players there.
It's a third down and 9, and a big play here for Vince Henderson and company. But the option doesn't work. Strung out well. Robbie Manali, number 31, in on that stop.
Well, I think we're going to see a field goal. I think we're going to see a field goal here, which will be an interesting call. If it makes a field goal, it would be 10-9.
They've got a great field goal kicker, 3-year letterman Arthur Donnelly. 8 field goals this year, 5 of 40 yards or more. He won 2 games last year and hit a 37-yarder against Permian in a 1-point win. That tells you what he can do. This one will be a 39-yarder for Arthur Donnelly. He has a great leg, but it's off to the left.
Wait a minute, there's a penalty flag, though. There's a penalty flag. There may be a roughing the kicker call, which will be a big call. And it is. I can see by the reaction that it's going to be against Odessa. Let's take a look at it. There's the kick. There he is. All right, comes right in.
Manali,
down.
Robbie Manali, who made the play on third down a moment ago, is the guy who roughed the kicker. No question about it either.
If Midland goes on to score, Manali is going to see that play in his dreams tonight.
Well, hey, I guess it's an automatic first down. That's exactly what it is. My mistake.
Well, 15-yard penalty.
Sure.
15-yard
okay,
penalty.
my mistake. 15 yards.
I thought it was, and I didn't want to jump in there. I thought it was 15 yards. 10 yard. It's a 10-yard penalty. It was 4th down and 9. They marched off 10 yards, trying to give him a first down.
I don't
a big penalty call that is.
You bet.
Whoa, gives them a first down after missing a field goal.
Well, pardon me, that's a great break for Midland Lee. They don't have to worry about the field goal. They have it at the 10-yard line. With a chance to lead, but Stramber will find it awfully tough against the defense that gave up only 4 points a game coming into play tonight. Or a Henderson rollout, maybe? A fake and a roll by the quarterback. 2nd and 9. They go option instead. He gets it to the 5-yard line, Vince Henderson.
Well, now you're going to come up with a big third down play here on the 5-yard line. The coaching staff will be faced with the same decision. They don't pick this up on 4th down. You take the field goal, or do you go for it deep down in there?
Play made by Todd Allen, and a big play call coming up here.
Jason Sievert bringing the play in. You know this one came from the bench. Coach Miller down on one knee, half praying, half begging, half hoping.
Here we go. Our eye. 3rd down and 5. Option. They give it to their bread and butter man. Strangler up, but not in.
Oh, it's close. But it's going to be close. Now they're going to have a tough decision to make. It's going to be 4th down, but how close is it to the 1st down?
He wants to go for it.
I think they're going to ask for a measurement.
Ed, I think you've got to go for it here. 1st down or not, I think you've got to go for it.
Well, I would think that he would go for it. Yes, in this situation,
you get the big break on the penalty, take advantage of it.
Stramler going straight ahead. Coach Miller anxiously awaiting this measurement. I have a feeling it's probably going to be short because the officials originally kind of wanted to say it wasn't a 1st down, and usually their first indication is right. They were telling them players, get back so we can find out what's going on. Don't get out of that box. We don't need a penalty. Don't be beyond that 25-yard line.
It would be less than an extra point as far as a field goal is concerned.
I've never seen an official walk so slow with the chains to get a measurement. This guy wants some TV time. He's going to tell Mom and Pa and hello to everybody on the street. Look how slow this guy's bringing a chain out. He finally got it there.
And he's dressed for the weather. I think he's maybe overdressed for the occasion, Ed.
Hey, I got my coat off. I'm down to my shirt sleeves. If he takes that long to take it back, we may have delay in the game penalty.
I think Earl Miller is disappointed with the spot of the football. I still say you have to go for it. They measure it again.
Well, they're going to go for it. No, they're just put down to make sure the ball is spotted perfectly. Now let's...
Well, those inches become golden right now.
Both teams are ready to go, but the chain marker isn't over the sideline yet. He's still marching. He still hasn't gotten there with the chain marker.
Heck,
Pitchers are waiting for him.
maybe he's just cold, Ed. I don't know.
Boy, he must be an old coach. Here we go, 4th down.
All right. From the looks of it, they're going to abstain from the 3-pointer and go for the 6.
I'll bet they give the ball to Stramber.
You never know if you'll get an opportunity at this again. They're going to go for the lead here. 4th down at the 1-yard line.
You got to give it to your horse. You got to run over your best blocker.
He's a long setback. They've got a couple of guys in the slot. Strammer gets it, ducks his head. Is he in? No indication. Now we get one touchdown. Midland Lee, and they've taken the lead. And their sideline goes absolutely crazy. And so do their fans. This is the first time they've had the lead tonight, Ed, with 9:23 to go in the 4th.
Well, they played good ball. They came out here. Last time they had the ball, the end of the half, touchdown drive. First time they had their hands on the ball, the second half, good drive. That was
4th. They now lead Permian 13-10 on the Texas High School Game of the Week.
Oh, what a good drive that was. 14 plays. They went 80 yards. Finally, Stramber took it in on a 1-yard run. But, boy, what a big penalty. That drive was extended by that roughing the kicker call.
And there's the guy that delivered the block, number 79, Matt Wilson.
6 minutes and 30 seconds they used on that drive. Game is not over with yet. Watch Odessa Permian come storming back here.
But again, that was a big extra point. After they had botched one in the first half, to get one here to make it a 3-point game.
Well, it puts Permian in a position, and if it gets down to that, then they'd have to think awful hard about going for a field goal for a tie.
what they can come up with.
Well, here again, you can see what happens in here. Just a straight ahead drive play. Scrambler lowering the shoulder, gets it into the end zone. Good lead block in there by Matt Wilson. Casey Jones, Brandon Rayburn. What an outstanding job they did on that drive.
Along with Justin Perkins. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Stoney Case, 6 of 11, 158 yards. But this is it. Harvey Villa. He had the big gain right before halftime. And how did that happen? A 25-yarder right up the gut.
Same play. Same identical play. A little bit of a delayed draw. They went back, handed the ball off to him. He picked the daylight. That's the same identical play. Here it is. See him set for the draw. See him make the break. Now he hands it off. Harvey Villa. Does a good job of running. Breaks a tackle there. Odessa right back in this game.
Broke 3 tackles to get 25 yards, almost 26 before Seaver finally brought him down. Down by 3. Here's Villa again. He runs around Scott Lucky. 8 more yards into lead territory near the 45. Ruckman, number 85, is there to bring him down.
Well, he did a great job with that play. He made a little dip like he was going to the inside. There's a good shot of Scrambler for him. There's his stats, 133 yards. Right now, the story of Permian coming back in this game. Villa did a good job of dipping to the inside, then taking that one right back to the outside.
Well, last year it was on top with 8:20 to go. 2nd and short. Chris Comer, 1st down, Odessa Permian.
Second half looks like it's going to be one of those who's ever got the ball. The last drive of the game might win the game.
Well, Comer is certainly showing no ill effects from that knee injury.
Well, they rested him. I think they may have rested him a couple extra weeks to wait for this ball game. They kept him out of 3 games.
Earl Miller's defense, 8 new starters after that loss to Killeen. He did a lot of shaking up down there, and they have really played well tonight, but they're being tested. Fans begin to stand again here on a 1st down and 10. Comer again. 20 more.
Just like we talked about Scrambler getting stronger as the game wears on, there's another good back, the 5'11", 196-pounder, who's getting stronger as the game wears on.
Give him a gain of 17. 17 yards.
Straight ahead, man-on-man blocking, makes a couple good cuts back against the grain a little bit, picks up 17 yards.
Jason Seaver, number 82, has got to be thinking, what is going on here? 1st down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Comer. They cut his legs out from under him pretty quickly that time. I'm going to give credit down there to Enrico Columbus, number 69, the 5'9" junior defensive tackle.
Again, you can see the type of coaching that both these teams have. These backs always seem to go forward, make a couple yards out of a play that looks like they're not going to be anything there. Good coaching, well-drilled fundamentally.
We haven't seen Lloyd Hill in a while.
Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe.
2nd and 7. 7 minutes to go.
Once Hill.
Case, plenty of time. Here's Lloyd Hill. Flag flies.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
He's out of the end zone, but there's a penalty flag down there. This could be an interference call. This could be an interference call.
Henderson and Brown, the closest 2 guys to him down there. That would be the first penalty of the night.
I'll tell you the other thing about Hill. Watch him do his share of pushing around a little bit here. He does a good job of subtle pushing. See him push off a little bit there? Now, they called the penalty against the defensive player. This young man's got some good experience. That was just as much his pushing off and shoving off as it was the defensive player. Basically, that was a non-contact foul. But he's clever with those hands in there. He's had some good coaching somewhere along the line.
Vince Henderson on coverage. Again, this will be the first penalty of the night against Midland Lee, and what a tough time to have it happen.
I'm not so sure that was a good call. I really felt it should have been a no call, so to speak.
We got pass interference against the defense, 15 yards, 1st down.
All right, that is a biggie.
Tough call. That was a tough call. As he does his share, you see, he's got his hands in it a little bit too. That's the first penalty against Lee in the ball game. He did a great job of catching the ball. He was out of the end zone, but again, you can see the receiver. He came up with that reception. Now, who traded off big penalty call. That was a big penalty call to give Odessa an opportunity to put points on the board.
A lot of confidence in his own ability, and his defense has given up just over 200 yards a game.
Well, you going to get the ball to Hill, or are you going to give it to Comer?
Gary Gaines desperately won. That's the only skeleton in his closet. He hasn't beaten Midland Lee yet. Here is a third down from the 3-yard line. They got him.
Again, excellent call. Alan Wiles brought the play in. They knew they were going to double up on Hill, which they did. Hill was on the opposite side. They doubled up on him. They let Wiles get to the inside on the slant pass. Case got it to him with a touchdown that puts them back in the lead.
And still less than 6 minutes to go, so a lot of time. And you can bet Gary Gaines, although he's relieved to get the touchdown, he knows this one's not over with. They need this extra point to take a 4-point lead and force a Midland Lee touchdown. And the kick is on the way, and it is good. Clint Stewart's extra point makes it a 17-13 game. Permian now on top. 5:50 to go in the fourth on the Texas High School Game of the Week. Second of the night from Stony Case, and Permian comes right back.
Well, they did a good job on a slant pass. Again, they doubled up on Hill, who's up on the top of the screen up there. He was on the left-hand side. Little fake to him. They came back the other way. Wiles got inside the defensive back. There it is. Right inside to him. Got a lot of confidence. They put him in. The fly, they call him.
Third touchdown of the year for Wiles. His second for the year.
160-pound senior. Yep, he's had 12 receptions going into this game.
And the kickoff man for Permian.
Oh, we've had some great drives in this game. Permian 97, Lee comes back with 70. Lee an 80-yarder, now Permian an 80-yarder. Great drives in this football game. See the...
And the kickoff man for Permian.
Oh, we've had some great drives in this game. Permian 97, Lee comes back with 70. Lee an 80-yarder, now Permian an 80-yarder. Great drives in this football game. See the 8 plays, 3:33 right there.
Malcolm Hamilton fumbled by Benny Jones. Looks like Lee recovered the ball inside the 30-yard line. One of the linebackers, Benny Jones, came up to catch the short kickoff from Malcolm Hamilton. The thing was spinning so fast, I think it hit his shoulder pad and just bounced away from him. They're lucky near the 40-yard line. They run the option. This is Strandler's play. First down and more. A 16-yard gain down to the 42-yard line.
He shows you everything that you'd want to see of a great back. He had to use his speed to get the outside to make this play work. He showed great speed by outrunning some people. Then when he turned upfield, he showed tremendous power. Now the first part of this, watch him use some speed here. Right now he knows it's a foot race. Now when he turns it up, watch the power he runs with, bringing those legs up, makes a move back to the inside. Great run by Strandler.
Power eye.
This is the drive. Let's talk about the game. This could very well be the drive. Strandler 31 rushes for 152 yards now.
Putting him at 220, or right at 220 for the season in number of carries in almost 8 ball games. He has been a very busy young man.
Well, again, there's 4 minutes to go, and you almost have to say, hey, this is the drive. They have to do it.
4 minutes, 3:59 and counting. Strandler on the pitch, lead block by Sims, 5 more yards on second down. They'll still be about 4 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, but they're in 4-down territory now. This stage of the game, they have 2 more downs to pick up this first down. They're not going to punt the ball with under 4 minutes to go in the game, and almost be down to under 3.5 by the time they get this play off.
We'd like to say thanks to Chad Kelly, who's been helping us out in the booth tonight. Great. 4 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, but they're in 4-down territory now. This stage of the game, they have 2 more downs to pick up this first down. They're not going to punt the ball with under 4 minutes to go in the game, and almost be down to under 3.5 by the time they get this play off.
We'd like to say thanks to Chad Kelly, who's been helping us out in the booth tonight. Great job, Chad. We appreciate it.
Certainly appreciate him running and getting me those Diet Cokes.
And we've seen a great ball game. Maybe he'll be a Lee Rebel someday, or a Permian Panther. Strandler on third down, first down. Midland Lee broke a tackle to get it, too. Even couldn't hold it.
They're going to have to measure this. We may have called it too premature, but
Sure looks like a first down from up here. But again, we'll see that that real quick chain man down there, Ed.
Captain Scrambler's taking a look at it himself.
Here he comes.
He says first down. He's got it, Mark. He said, we don't need the official. I know it's first down.
Yeah.
I not only can run, I got great eyes.
You know, all we ever ask for as broadcasters is just a good football game. Just give us a good game, and we've certainly seen one tonight, haven't we?
Oh, we've got a good one.
3:11 to go. Ed called them two heavyweights in the first half. Well, here in the second half, you get Midland Lee landing a haymaker, and then Permian coming right back on an 80-yard drive, an uppercut, and now with just over 3 minutes to go, Lee is trying to counterpunch again. They have a first down, and it has been all Scrambler on this drive. 8 more, right up the gut, down to the 25.
Clock is becoming a factor now, though. We're down underneath 3 minutes. They can't waste time getting in out of the hole, getting those plays in. This just straight ahead. See, bring them back from the outside in to make the block. Good job by 24. Debris coming in from the outside to help block on that nose guard.
And Ed, as hard-hitting as this football game has been tonight, there hasn't been
A little bit. There's only two down to 2:22 now.
and they'll have to score a touchdown. 17-13.
No question. This is the drive.
You know, you look at Vince Henderson there, it doesn't really look worried. Looks like he's having a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about. An intense look on his face, but as he talks to Earl Miller down there, I think guys on both sides of the field here tonight, even though this is deadly serious to the fans and players, it's also fun. These guys will remember these games all their lives, no matter what the future holds football-wise, and many of them won't go on to play college football. But that's okay, too, because the lessons they've learned in this rivalry over the years will certainly serve them for many years to come. Ed Biles is about to make his way down to the field. We will interview a winning coach and winning player. We have no idea right now who that's going to be, though.
Well, I think if Midland Lee wins, I think it's Scrambler. If Odessa Permian wins, you got to give it to Hill.
You bet. As well as the coaches Miller and Gaines. The winner will be very happy about this one tonight.
Unfortunately, there's no loser. There will be one that shows up in the win and loss column tomorrow, but there's no loser in this game.
Permian with a lead right now, but Midland's threatening. 2nd down and 3 from the 25-yard line. That's Rich in motion. Scrambler wants to throw the halfback pass. He's a left-hander, and he's in trouble. And buried at the near sideline, Johnny Seeley, number 19, got him. But the guy who flushed him out of there was Chris McMillan, number 60. Now it becomes 3rd down and 2. It's still a short yardage play, so I guess as you look at the 172 yards and that pretty young fan from Midland Lee, if you had one to waste, that might have been it, because they still have 2 more tries. On 3rd and 2, Scrambler has the first down inside the 20-yard line. 1:39 to go. Clock stops while they move the chains. And this one's going to come down to the wire, obviously. Sieber checks in. Valles checks out with the play. Sieber to the top of your screen to set up. You see the time rolling down to 1.5 minutes in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there. 1st and 10. Nose of the football just inside the 20. Permian does a good job to stop Scrambler that time and keep him in the middle of the field as he runs for a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by the middle of the defensive line, including defensive end Todd Allen. 1:08, clock running. I think Midland Lee has at least one timeout left. They send Valles wide to the bottom of the screen, just out of your picture. Less than a minute to go. Here's a 2nd down and 8. Play action fake to Scrambler. This is Henderson. Henderson diving near the flag stick, but he'll still be a yard shy. He's close to the 10-yard line. Needs to gain just inside the 10, and there's only 36 seconds to go. And now Midland Lee's coaches are signaling a timeout, and they'll get one. Now, I'm not sure right now if Midland Lee has another timeout or not. 17-13, Permian has the lead. Earl Miller has 33 seconds and has to have a touchdown to win this football game. They have taken 2 timeouts, we know for sure. Bob, have they burned them all yet? We think they have here in the booth. We think they've burned all 3 of their timeouts. So this becomes a very big huddle for both teams. Vince Henderson tonight. Check his numbers for you. Scrambler with over 170 yards. 4 of 6 for Vince Henderson for 58 yards, including a touchdown pass late in the second quarter to Greg Rich of 21 yards. But you know, that missed extra point is looming big right now. Had they made it, they'd only be 3 points down. But I don't think anybody's going to play for a tie in this football game. Mojo against the Rebels from Midland lead. Scrambler's numbers, 179 yards. And a remarkable number of carries tonight. Many of them in the second half. In fact, almost 30 of those carries in the second half. Here comes Scrambler. Inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 28 seconds to go. It's first down and goal to goal. I'm not sure it matters to any of these guys right now as to what the down is, because with 28 seconds, they may not have 4 plays left here. They'll have to get it in a hurry. And Permian calls timeout. 28 seconds to go. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Option. Scrambler makes a wide turn. Oh, hit in midair by Johnny Seeley. And Lloyd Hill, number 18, was there, along with Chad Williams. They go without a huddle. 14 seconds to go. Maybe got a half a yard. And Henderson throws it out of bounds, of course, to stop the clock with 7 seconds to go. They are out of timeouts. So they maybe have 2 throws at the end zone or maybe 1 running play with 7 seconds to go, depending on what that man, Earl Miller, decides to do. Permian, the more prolific passing team. Lee makes their living on the ground. Scrambler has certainly done more than his share tonight, but oh, that 5 yards looks like an eternity right now to the Midland Lee Rebels. But it's not enough if you're a Permian Panther. 7 seconds to go, maybe the final play of this football game. Offset I formation. Henderson, the scrambler, ball out, and that may be the ball game with 1 second to go. Permian comes up with it, and this football game is over. Vince Henderson, Greg Rich, and their teammates on Midland Lee's side of the field, very disappointed. Look at Permian's celebration. You've got the gamut of emotions here. Mantry Dietrich, number 24, scrambler who's done so much tonight, fumbles the football on the final play of the game, trying to get every inch of ability he can muster for that final play. It's really hard to fault the young man because he was obviously doing his best to muster all the speed and power he could for that final charge at the end zone. The ball pops out, and Permian recovers. Ferris scrambling. What a great night he had. Over 180 yards rushing, or right at it. We've got him unofficially for 185 yards rushing. What a dramatic ending here. And again, you see all the emotions wrapped up into one 2.5-hour football game. Take a look at it one more time. I don't think Scrambler ever had the football. Good job by Permian to string it out. And look at the reaction of Gary Gaines, finally getting the victory over Midland Lee. Give Matt Pomeroy, number 62, credit that time for stringing the play out. Scrambler had to change his direction, it appeared. And when he tried to do that, the ball popped out. 17-13 the final. A great Friday night high school football game here on Home Sports Entertainment. Another edition of a great rivalry. The Permian Panthers break a 3-year losing streak.